I am a big fan of this channel named Super Mario Plush Show. It's one of the less popular Mario Plush channels on YouTube, and to be honest, I think it should get some more appreciation. The channel is a light-hearted show, and sometimes can be a little dark, but not too bad. I love the content. The channel mainly revolves around different groups, mainly Bowser Jr.'s gang. There is also Bowser's gang, and now Joseph's gang. It is very entertaining and I highly recommend it. But something has changed. Something I saw has changed my life forever, and I will never forget what I saw that day. Let me explain. So around 4 months ago, I was at my house watching my TV like any other normal day. Everything seemed alright, until I saw on my phone that I got a notification. It was a new upload from Super Mario Plush Show. I got excited, I loved the videos. But this time, I got a little concerned. The episode was titled, as Super Mario Plush Show, Why Chef PP? This made me a little bit nervous, because usually, Super Mario Plush Show videos are titled something like a character and something they have done, or something they found. But this title was not like that. What was more worse was the thumbnail. It was a picture of Chef PP in the kitchen cooking with a slightly disturbing grin on his face. The room seemed darker and Chef PP was the only one in the image. Despite all the red flags, I decided to load up my computer, log onto YouTube and watch the video on there so I can get a better view of the video. I felt a slight urge not to click on the video, but my curiosity overtook me and I pressed play. I held my breath. The video began as normal. It was Junior and his friends sitting on the bed talking about random stuff. This was strange, because I thought this was a Chef PP video, but maybe he would appear later on. I quickly checked how long the video was and it was only on for 10 minutes. As I continued watching, I could hear background noises of a sizzling stove and cooking sounds which I assumed was Chef PP. Junior said to his friends,
I'm gonna go see what Chef PP is cooking downstairs. It smells so good.
Junior walked downstairs slowly and arrived at the kitchen. This is when things began to get strange. The video began to glitch a few times, but I assumed that was just an error with editing. Anyway, Junior walked over to Chef PP, who was stirring a pot that was steaming. Chef PP was humming his usual tune, and Junior said to him,
Hey Chef PP, what are you cooking today?
Chef PP didn't respond for a few seconds, but then he replied,
Oh. Hey Junior, I'm just cooking one of my most famous dishes. Just don't bother me, okay?
Oh, okay Chef PP, can I see what's in that pot you're stirring?
I was a little shocked here, because when Junior leaned over to see what Chef PP was cooking, Chef PP pulled the pot away from him, covering it up with his hands. Chef PP shouted,
No Junior, leave me alone, okay? Go play with your friends.
Oh. Okay then, I'm gonna quickly go to the bathroom and then I'll be gone.
Junior walked away to the bathroom, a little bit curious about Chef PP's dish. Chef PP gave him a blank stare and watched him leave. He then went back to cooking. After Junior went to the bathroom, he went back upstairs and his friends were very scared. Junior asked what's going on? And Joseph says,
Dude, me, Jake, Clyde and Chad all went to find some PS5 controllers, and when we came back to the bed, Todd was gone. He just disappeared. We've looked everywhere and we can't find him.
Junior was confused, but he just assumed Todd had gone home or something. The group eventually calmed down, and they all played their PlayStation for a while. I was a little concerned about the video. This wasn't a typical Super Mario Plush Show video, but I continued watching. The screen faded black, and white writing appeared saying, 1 hour later. The video opened back up with Chef PP putting bowls of soup onto the table and he yelled to everyone that dinner was ready. Everyone came downstairs, characters like Bowser, Jake, Chad, Joseph, Clyde, Junior and Mario. Mario asked Bowser, where is Simmons? Mario says he was definitely here a minute ago. Bowser said that he's probably outside having a beer. Mario was concerned. Anyway, Junior looked at the bowl of soup, and wondered why Chef PP covered it up earlier. Jake asked Junior what was the matter, but Junior said he's alright and began to eat his food. Eventually, everyone had eaten their soup and Bowser said it was delicious and Chef PP had done a good job. Chef PP just glared at him with a small grin and walked away. This was weird. Chef PP wasn't acting normal. I just ignored that and watched what happened next. Later that day, Junior walked over to Chef PP, who was cleaning up from dinner. Junior asked him,
Chef PP, why did you cover up the soup earlier? Nothing was wrong with it.
Oh, you wanna know why?
Chef PP said. He then suddenly reached for his pocket and pulled out an extremely large knife. This actually freaked me out. Junior looked Chef PP in the eyes and screamed. He stepped back in horror as Chef PP walked slowly towards him.
This will teach you for being a little dumb brat, Junior. Prepare to join the rest of them.
Then Chef PP held up Officer Simmons' head, which was cut off and bleeding blood from his neck. This actually made me feel sick. Simmons also looked extremely realistic too, which made it even more terrifying. I had to pause the video there and rush to the bathroom to throw up in the toilet because of what I just saw. I was in there for hours. And I could hear Junior's screams as he was stabbed to death by Chef PP. I could hear stabbing noises from my room. I sat in my bathroom for hours not moving, covering my ears. After a while, I came out and went to my room. I didn't want to watch anymore, but I knew I had to complete the video fully to see the final scene. I hoped for a good ending, but deep down, I knew that was not visible. I clicked play on the video, and it was now at the 6-minute mark. The video opened back up with Chef PP cooking in the kitchen with bloodstains on his shirt. This was concerning, because the camera looked like an old damaged security camera in the wall looking down at Chef PP. I looked closely and I can see an arm on the side of the stove. I then figured out that it was Junior's cut off arm. I gripped a couple of times, but I continued watching. Then, all of a sudden, the camera went black for about a minute, then opened back up with Chef PP staring at the camera, blood covered all over him, and he wasn't smiling, he had a blank face. And strangely realistic bloodshot eyes. I felt like he was staring at my soul. Then the video came to its climax. It was Chef PP holding the camera, which now had cracks and blood covered all over it. Then, I saw something that has terrified me for life. It was the bowl of soup, but something was horrifying. It was the blood and guts of all of the characters that ate dinner earlier. They were all dead. And with that horrifying jump scare at the end with Chef PP's terrifying bloodshot face filling the camera. Then the video ended. I was speechless. What was the channel director thinking? Why would anyone make this video? This video was deleted a few days later, because it was too dark for YouTube, and honestly, I never want to see anything like this again. I am scarred for life. Why Chef PP?